Champion.
Hello.
Hi,
guys.
I love that sideways angle. So how are you, fellas? I'm Hillary. How are you, mate? What's your name?
I'm Dan.
Dan, how are you? And you and tell us, Ollie, what's going on there?
Right. Well, Dan and I, if I'm honest, I've just got the second-class treatment of transportation down to the salt marsh lamb grazing fields, because we got brought over down in that, but the dogs got the second seat and I got the trailer. But so we're down here. Sorry, right?
There's a rightful pecking order, I'd say.
Yes. Would you say it happens quite a lot?
You were lucky to get in the trailer, to be honest.
So I take what I can get, really. Yeah, so we're down here out on the marsh, and I can give you a quick flip around actually at where we are.
All right.
Down in a place called Clanridian. I'm making sure my pronunciation's right before I get told off. So we've got the marsh that spans right round us, all around us here. You can see all the lamb and sheep and everything else in the marsh. And it just spans 360 basically. On and on and on, and a savanna of marshland. Okay. So tell me then. Tonight on Fiery Thursdays, we featured lamb. Okay, so we had a bit of a lamb cook up earlier, and so the idea is that you guys are down there. You're on the salt marsh, so and you're in. Where is it? You're west of Cardiff. Tell us more.
Yeah, we're an hour west of Cardiff, just outside Swansea, a place called Llanryddion. That's right, Ollie. We're actually on the salt marshes right now. This is where we farm. The farm is just behind us. And where we are now in the marshes is where the sheep graze. So we've got...
Oh, got a bit of a freeze there. I'm sure it'll come back in a moment. But, yeah. This is... Yeah, so... We did. Whoop.
Yeah, we got back. We're back.
We're back. So yeah, so we thought we'd come down here and have a quick little barbecue in the sun.
Okay. So and what's the name of your farm there?
The farm is called Webley Castle Farm. You might be able to just see the castle behind us on top of the hill.
If camera work, I'll do a bit of a turnaround for you. You can see the castle up there. That's Webley Castle, or Wobley, depending on pronunciation. What's the correct pronunciation? Webley. There we go.
Webley Castle. All right.
And we produce Gaveston lamb on the farm.
Okay, so what's particularly special about your lamb? What's particularly special? What's the breed and what makes it particularly special?
We have traditional breeds for the area, but what makes it different is this stuff. So this is the actual marsh grasses, and the tide floods the marsh at least for 1 week in every month. You don't get the normal grasses that grow. So the conventional lamb would eat the normal rye grasses and clovers, whereas ours are fed on these salt tolerant herbs, and it basically gives them a different flavour in the meat.
Also including that, isn't it?
Also the samphire, which I picked a few hours ago.
Yeah. Samphire. I love samphire.
Samphire. So this grows right out on the edge when the marsh meets the sand, and the sheep also have free access to graze as much of this as they want. Okay.
So if you're on a salt marsh, is there not a tide? Is there something about water that should appear here?
Yeah.
How does that work?
There's you get high and low tide every day, but
I was showing off about how big our tides are.
All right, okay. Yeah, it's a very large area. So within an hour, you'd get this whole place could flood. So where we're sitting now, could at certain times of the month it would be underwater. That happened about 1 week in every month. Now it won't happen for another couple of weeks, so we're pretty safe.
Okay, and the grass still grows even though it's been flooded with seawater.
Yeah, it doesn't grow as quick as normal grass. but it still will grow a little bit. And because it's such a vast area for the sheep to travel on, all you need is a little bit of growth.
Okay. And it looks like you've got some beautiful weather down there as well. Is it like that all of the time? Does that help the sheep?
It's beautiful, sunny all the time, with a temperature of about 19 degrees all year round.
Yeah, sure. This is our summer now. It's about 24 degrees, and this is probably as good as it gets.
Mate, it looks fantastic. You know, you can sit out there around a fire and have a bit of lamb, no worries at all. Sit there and sing all night long, mate.
Yeah, that is the exact plan for tonight.
Is there a bit of a barbecue there? I think there was.
I'm
Oli
here.
was
yeah, I'm basically, because I get carted in the truck. I'm seen as, I think, the help. Let's just call it the help, shall we? And I come around with all the carts, and even though I was 60 miles due west of here, fighting for my life after Jack's falling on me, it's fine, don't worry. But we've got a barbecue going.
Yeah.
We've got our little smoky jumbo Joe. The coals are just done now, and we've got beautiful.
Oh my God!
Beautiful.
Is that a Barnsley chop?
Is it what?
Is that a Barnsley chop?
It's a Barnsley chop, a Gower salt marsh lamb Barnsley chop.
Okay.
So we've got, this is our, and very, very, what I'm going to do just this evening, because especially for, you know, early season, is that I'm just going to very lightly marinate the, or even just coat with the lamb, and just have to be really delicate with it, because it's got such a beautiful, subtle flavour. And when you've got, you know, such produce around you, that it doesn't need anything big flavour. So what this is going to go, I'm just going to stick this on, bang it, don't flood it with flavours, and then we're going to get it on the barbie, get some nice going on, and get on it.
Yeah.
Pardon me?
Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you what, Oli. Let me just drop you out and drop you back in for a second, okay? I've just had a technical issue. So 2 seconds. Let me drop you out and drop you back in. Okay. 1 second.
Okay.
Here we go. Oh, sorry about this, folks. Let's get Meat Matters in. Let's hope that nobody else decides to call. I'm going to have to get... All right. Oli, come back. Sorry about that. We'll get you back online. Waiting for Meat Matters. Oh, man, hi over Uzbekistan, mate. How you going? That's a long way. You got sheep out in Uzbekistan. Tell us about your sheep, mate. Here we go, Oli. All right, try again, Oli. I've had my lamb for this evening. Gower salt marsh lamb. Enjoy that shoulder, Marcus. There you go. Where's he gone? We're just trying to get him back now. Marcus Cooks, here we go. I believe you were helping out with a tyre a little bit earlier. Zaporozhye. Oh, there we go. Nice wine. Yes. This is a beefsteak wine club Australian Malbec. Goes perfectly with lamb, apparently. So here we go. He's just timed out. Let's try him again. Get him back in. Waiting for Meat Matters Limited. Here we go.
There we go.
Okay.
We're back.
No worries, no worries. Sorry, yeah, I've got a bit of an audio issue, but I can hear you now.
Right. Is that a bit better?
I mean, yeah, okay. So, yeah. So, how do you know the salt marsh lamb?
What do I know? Well, when we moved down here, Dan's laughing now, is when we moved down here about 8-9 years ago, as you know, I'm quite obsessive about my food and meat and provenance, is that Roland, Will and Dan had some ruddy-cheeked Englishmen knocking on their door demanding all sorts of cuts and everything else. and we kind of got to know each other through that. And it was a bit of a, should we say love relationship from the start, or is it a bit annoying?
You can say whatever you want. There you go.
I was the annoying person at the start, and I just loved it. And then the more we wanted to support this amazing fun, what they were doing, is that the more we got to know the guys, and it's really hard not to fall in love with it, and the family as well. And they're just, it's just an amazing story.
Okay, so this lamb then, where does it make its way around to? Like, obviously it's wonderful lamb. Where does it end up? Whose plates does it end up on?
We sell quite a bit through the mail orders through the internet. So we deliver to all of the UK, and there's a fair few restaurants in the local area take it, and a few wholesale butchers around the M4 corridor have a bit.
So we're actually going to be, which is quite exciting, is that a new link, and this kind of derived from the whole thing about why do things in the sort of normal manner. Me, a butcher or whatever, it's just from these guys, then cut it, then to you. It's like, well, why? You know, why take the lamb from here? It gets cut. These guys cut it, and then it's a step too far. So because of the relationship and special relationship that we've got here, is that we can sit and go, right, we can then offer the end customer or, diner or whatever you want to say, on Meat Matters, when you'll go through, is it will just be a direct link to these guys' website. So as you're shopping your beef, this, that and the other, it's like, well, why do get beef, the lamb through us? Because these guys do such an amazing job, is that it's just, I think it's just an unnecessary step in the process for this produce to get to market. So we're offering another route to market on top of their own, these guys' own mail order that's already doing amazingly, but it just gives another dimension, I suppose, and an option for people.
Wonderful. And do you deliver this lamb to consumers around the country, or is it just the restaurants?
All the UK, basically. And it gets cut on site by the family, who raised the produce, and the respect that goes into it. And I have to say, Roland, Dan's dad, and Will's dad, the respect that these guys have got with it. I remember having whole lambs delivered to me in such a sort of a way that they get treated, even after cull, is just wonderful. There's no slinging about or anything like that. And that's why I'm so keen to kind of help on this side, rather than go, let's get Meat Matters like little fingers in pie sort of thing, which obviously would like to do that, but it's like, why? Let's just push them on, onto this amazing produce, and let's make it happen, and it's all good.
Okay, and so how seasonal is it then? Because I grew up on a farm, but it was a wool farm. We had merino sheep. And obviously, there's a bit of a season for those, right? How does it work with lambs for meat then? How often do you collect the meat?
So we lamb in April, and then the season for salt marsh starts towards the end of June, beginning of July, depending on the tides. And then it'll go all the way through until Christmas. So that's when the season finishes. And we like to pride ourselves here that our lambs have spent the majority of their life actually on the marsh and not in normal fields. So we like to think that gives us a little bit of difference to the rest.
So even in the winter, then they don't go in little sheds with little warm blankets on or anything like that.
No, even in the winters aren't too bad around here. They might get a little bit wet.
I do, but
lambs are tougher than Ollie. But we won't sell anything of salt marsh lamb after Christmas.
Okay.
So that they'll go with normal lamb then, the ones we have left.
Wonderful. And now there's lamb has a little bit of a definition too. It's up to a certain age, and then it moves into what? And mutton, or is it different for your breeds, or how does it work with your particular breed or product?
Well, we missed a bit of that, sorry, but
the mutton, is it different, I think?
Oh yeah, we also do a bit of mutton as well. So mutton is obviously aged sheep, And the mutton we sell is sheep which would be like towards 4 or 5 year olds, which have been grazed in this marsh as well the whole life.
All right.
Yeah, so the lamb goes from when the lambs would be about, say, 3 months up to say 9 months for salt marsh.
Okay.
And then obviously the mutton then takes over then out when the lambs aren't on the marsh.
Well, what happens in the middle then, up between 9 months and 3 years? What's going on there? What do they call them then?
Well, generally they're breeding stock then. There's not really a market for lamb when it's older than 12 months old. So normally things are trying to get.
Can you just hold that a sec? I just need to dash the charcoal.
Oh,
sorry. Seeing that you guys, I'm not needed here anymore.
Ollie, sorry about Ollie's back to work. You know, he can't rest up the whole time.
Yeah, keep him working. You know.
Yeah. So
make the most of that one.
That was all over me then. So
Okay.
yes.
And then, how long have you been breeding these lambs here? You and or your family?
We've been doing the salt marsh lamb for about 15 years.
Wow.
So it's a family farm where we're living. So that's been going since the 60s. But we sort of specialised in the salt marsh lamb 15 years ago, and it's just grown bits and bits every year to where it is now.
Okay, nice. And then, is that all that you grow on the fields there and the salt marsh there, or is it other?
Yes, it's the only thing that'll grow really down on the marshes. We got a few crop.
Ooh. Bit of a freeze here. Here we go. I'm connecting in a moment. I think
We missed that. Sorry.
I think I missed that a little bit. It was a bit frozen there.
Here we are. We're back together now.
Yeah. It was a bit frozen there, so perhaps run through that again if that's okay.
Yep. So, which bit did it freeze at?
The bit on the marsh. I don't know.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. So, we grow the young stock on the marsh, and we do grow a few crops inland, which will feed the ewes over the winter. And then, as soon as they lamb, they basically come back to the marsh for the rest of the 9 months of the year.
No worries. And do you do anything with?
What was that? Sorry.
And do you do anything with the castle?
Yeah, well, it's a bit of a tourist attraction. Let's see if I can get it in the picture. So we do have a few visitors, and we've got a small farm shop on site. So that links in well with the visitors. We've just reopened again a couple of weeks back, and visitors slowly starting to come back. Really.
Okay. All right. And so the big question is, what have you got going on the barbecue? I know you showed us quickly before there, and I think Ollie's cooking something up. What do you got going there?
Can we see what's going on?
Yes. I'm going to take.
There you go. Yeah, I'm just going to get the dogs. He's going to go get the dogs. I think they've. Dan's off to go through. So look at that view, guys. I mean, not Dan obviously, but I mean the view, and
That's
Dan of course. But anyway, back to other things. So what I've done, we've got a lovely little Barnsley chop.
Yeah.
All easy going on the marinade because obviously what we're doing.
Geez, they're nice and thickly cut too. That's beautiful.
They're beautifully cut. It's just so nice. Look at it. It's got a really good layer of fat, but not too fatty. But more importantly, I think with this is it's the actual flavour and profile of it. It is different to other lamb. It's a lot more subtle. Yeah. And it's just amazing stuff, really. And just in the right hands, and everybody should, it's just pure, and it's just wonderful to kind of eat it, and it's really cool. And we're going to stick it on just a bit of charcoal when I get that massive lump going up, and have a couple of Yeah, that's
quiet drinks.
not a bad
By the
little
look of
view
it.
for what is it, Thursday, isn't it now? I think
Right.
of
Gorgeous down there. Actually, I've got one quick question for you. I think that this is wonderful, and thank you very much for showing us through. But I've got one quick question for you. I've got some friends. They're actually just behind me here. Here we go. They're coming down to Gower Farm in the coming weeks. Is that near you guys?
Pardon?
They're coming down to Gower Farm. Gower
Is it the same
Peninsula.
farm? Is it?
Gower Peninsula.
Right, yes, that's the right.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah.
And
where we are right now.
Here we go. That's where they're staying in the BBQUK. I can't read it backwards. Paddock
Haven.
Oh, okay.
Paddock
Yeah.
Haven. Is that near you guys?
Well, if it's on the Gower Peninsula, if it's on the Gower Peninsula, it's not going to be far away.
No.
So, you know, just give us a shout, and these guys are here, and such a warm welcome. I'm sure they'll be, very, very warm welcomed here.
All right. Well, it's Sally and a guy from New Zealand called Matt.
Oh, you didn't say they're Kiwi.
Another rugby.
Is it with the Kiwis as well? I know.
So, if they were coming down there and they were staying down there, what would be the recommended venue that they could find on some salt marsh land they're staying?
Oh, well, they'll have to head up. If they head to Webley Castle Farm,
Yeah.
we've a small farm shop on site, so they could get the freshest salt marsh lamb that they could possibly get from there.
And if they're looking to eat out, I'll probably beach them.
Eat out.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're eating out, try, give us a shout. We had Harbour Beach House, which gained its Michelin star last year, also serves this most amazing product.
I looked there, they're fully booked.
Hang on. So,
Fully
booked, that's it. Yeah, we're come in, Sally. This is Sally. This is my neighbour. You'll see her down there soon.
I'm good at research, they're fully booked.
Well, it is very popular anyway. In the best of times, put up because they use Meat Matters as beef. Well, of course, and of course, Gower Salt Marsh Lamb.
Yeah.
So,
Good combo.
good combo, and they're amazing.
By the sound of it.
Pardon?
Good taste they have.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely, yes, absolutely.
All right, and then so that means obviously they're coming to the shop to pick up a lamb to bring back for me.
Yeah, we're going to bring it back.
Right.
We're actually looking
Yeah.
at a refrigerated thing to put in the van
Okay.
to bring you back his lamb.
Excellent.
So we'll do that, but we
All
need
right.
to eat his lamb whilst we're there.
All right, so maybe we need a bit of research while we're down there, then, guys.
Yeah.
Well,
If you,
I would bring it up, but I don't trust my driving or my skills in the car at the moment.
Good driving.
Nor would I, mate.
Let's get a barbie going. If you're down, let's get a barbecue going. Give us a shout. You're down here, I'm here. This is what we do. It's just it's one thing that after moving down all those years ago is just to embrace it and enjoy it, and hit us up and we'll barbecue some up.
No worries, mate. All right. Well, we'll do that. Is there anyone you'd like to do a particular shout out then, whilst before we conclude the show for this evening, mate?
Well, myself, absolutely. My very loving and wonderful, supportive wife, Jo, and my the apprentice in the making of my junior Walno, Will, my son, right out there. And yes, I love you very much, Will. And he's a little legend, and he's always in there as well. So, Will, there's also his namesake here. Actually, yeah, Will, do you want to give a shout out to Will here, or do you think my Will does more work?
yeah,
than your
probably.
Will?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Will at Gower Salt Marsh Lamb he does too much TV work really, so you need to slow it down a bit. So can't give him too much praise.
Silly Instagram thing. Stay away from that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Actually, your dad, Roland, their father, is on the TV more than anybody I know. Actually, every segment. Yeah, on the BBC. There's honestly, you watch Coast and Country, anything anything to do with Gower, lambs, there's Roland. He's there. He's on it.
Invited or not.
Yeah.
Fantastic. We'll keep an eye open for it then. So, yeah. So, in short, then, fellas, it was an absolute pleasure to catch up with you down there.
Great, thanks.
Oh,
You too.
maybe just quickly, can we have a look at the lamb on the barbecue before we go? That's most important.
We'll pop it on. We haven't even put it on yet because we're very late. This is what happens. I'll throw it on. Hang on.
All right. Yeah, come on. I want to do a sizzle.
2 seconds. Let's do a sizzle. Hang on. Right. Let's do a sizzle.
Here
we go. Look at these. Ready? And do a little sizzle for the way out. 1,
Ooh.
2.
Oh.
Lovely. And they're just going
God.
to sit, chill out.
Well, beyond those 2 chops, it sounds like there's at least 3 of us that are going to sit and chill out this evening. So,
Exactly.
hope you enjoyed. And thank you very much for joining us, then, Ollie and Ben. Sorry, forgive me. Oh.
How much red have you had? How much red have you had?
Not much.
You, not much. Wonderful. Thank you so much for having us as well.
Yeah, it's been great. Thanks.
I'll just flip it round to so because I think it's a sunset to see that we're going to sit here watching the lambs just graze out into that. It's just amazing, isn't it?
That's beautiful, mate. I think that's a wonderful way to end the evening on a lovely sunset on the salt marshes of Wales, mate. What more is there to life, mate?
Exactly. Happy days.
Thanks a lot, gentlemen, and have a great evening.
Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Take care, guys. See you soon.
Yes, John. Bye-bye.